Remember when the world thought Africa was doomed to stay poor forever? Yeah, the same world that borrowed Africa's gold, drained its oil, and then wrote books about saving it. Well, turns out Africa didn't need saving, it just needed silence. Because while the so-called developed world was busy complaining about recessions, inflation, and economic slowdowns, Africa was busy doing the one thing they didn't expect: growing. And not just growing, outperforming them. So here we are, 2025, watching the same countries that once called Africa developing, now struggling to keep up with it. Welcome to the biggest economic plot twist of the century, where the underdog continent just turned into the scoreboard leader. And the best part? Africa didn't shout. It didn't beg for validation. It simply worked, rebuilt, and redefined its story while the rest of the world argued about who should lead it. Now, the so-called sleeping giant isn't asleep anymore. It's wide awake, caffeinated, and running a marathon while others are still stretching. Let's count down the top 10 African economies outperforming the world in 2025. And if you're watching from Wall Street or London, this might sting a little. Number 10, Tanzania. Ah, yes, Tanzania, the country the world forgot to underestimate properly. While Europe is still debating over who's in charge of the economy, Tanzania's growth is quietly beating theirs. While the West is busy explaining why their GDP can't move beyond 2%, Tanzania's is dancing above 5% consistently. And what's the secret? None. Just Africans minding their business and succeeding while no one was watching. What used to be called modest growth is now called world-class performance. And in a world addicted to excuses, Tanzania is the one country that just delivers results, no press release needed. But if Tanzania's steady rise hurts a few global egos, wait till you see number 9, the comeback no one saw coming. Number 9, Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire was once called unstable. Now it's called unstoppable. Its economy is growing faster than half of Europe combined, and the irony is delicious. While the so-called financial experts were analyzing why Africa couldn't sustain growth, Côte d'Ivoire simply said, "Watch me." And here we are, watching a West African nation outperform countries that colonized it. Life, as they say, has a sense of humor. What's truly poetic is that Côte d'Ivoire's growth isn't fueled by miracle aid or Western approval. It's powered by ambition, African ambition, the kind the world doesn't measure. But the results speak louder than their spreadsheets ever could. But if you think that's poetic justice, number 8 is where irony becomes comedy. Number 8, Ghana. Ghana once lectured on fiscal discipline by nations now drowning in debt. The IMF used to guide Ghana. Now Ghana is guiding the IMF on how to manage optimism. While some Western economies are shrinking, Ghana's is quietly expanding, not aggressively, not noisily, just effectively. Its recovery is proof that you don't need lectures from the West when you've got resilience from within. And the confidence? Unmatched. Ghana doesn't beg for validation anymore, it builds it. The same investors who once hesitated are now begging to get a piece of the action. But Ghana's not alone. Number 7 has turned consistency into a form of revenge. Number 7, Kenya. Kenya's economy in 2025 is like a perfectly timed punchline. Nobody expects it, but everyone laughs in disbelief when it lands. While Western markets flirt with stagnation, Kenya just keeps moving forward, faster, smarter, and without permission. Its growth isn't driven by borrowed time, but by youthful ambition and sheer stubbornness. Because in Kenya, progress isn't predicted, it's produced. And that's the part that hurts the most for the so-called experts. Kenya isn't waiting for validation, it's defining success on its own terms. While others debate what's possible, Kenya's already doing it, quietly, efficiently, and unapologetically. And if Kenya's success makes economists uncomfortable, number 6 will make them question their entire education. Number 6, Ethiopia. Ethiopia, the name alone used to trigger pity. Now it triggers envy. The same country once used in charity ads is now outpacing some of the biggest European economies. While parts of the West are contracting, Ethiopia is expanding. Again, No noise, no excuses, just growth that refuses to slow down. It's almost like the more the world doubted Africa, the faster it grew. And Ethiopia? It's the embodiment of that irony. Unshaken, unbothered, and unstoppable. There's something beautifully ironic about a country once labeled hopeless, now giving hope to a world in economic chaos. If that's not a global plot twist, nothing is. But don't blink. Number 5 might just make you rethink what a developing country even means. Number 5, Egypt. Egypt, where history meets irony. Once the home of ancient power, now the symbol of modern momentum. While certain Western economies are stuck trying to explain negative growth, Egypt's numbers keep marching upward. The global north blames inflation, geopolitics, or the weather. Egypt just blames nothing and delivers results. And the best part? It's still just getting started. Egypt's growth is no longer a surprise, it's a habit, a consistent, confident rhythm that refuses to slow down. You'd think a civilization this old would be tired by now, but apparently Egypt doesn't age, it reinvents. But if Egypt represents legacy, number 4 represents quiet rebellion.
Number 4, Algeria. You know your global order is cracking when Algeria's growth rate is higher than some of your first world nations. While the West debates energy crises, Algeria just cashes the checks. In 2025, it's not just surviving, it's thriving, stacking reserves while others stack excuses. The West calls it unfair, Algeria calls it Tuesday. There's something satisfying about a nation once dismissed as resource-dependent, now dictating global energy terms. Because when you control the supply, you control the narrative, and Algeria knows that better than anyone. But if Algeria's performance stings, number 3 will leave economists speechless. Number 3, Morocco. Morocco, calm, consistent, and completely unbothered. While the Western economies wobble between panic and denial, Morocco's stability feels almost offensive to them. Its GDP growth is not the loudest, but it's relentless. And somehow, this quiet North African nation keeps outperforming economies with 10 times its budget and 0 times its efficiency. Morocco's approach is simple. No drama, no noise, just steady upward motion. The kind of discipline that makes the loudest economies look foolish. But if Morocco's elegance annoys the skeptics, number 2 will make them rethink global rankings entirely. Number 2, South Africa. Ah, South Africa, forever the favorite excuse for pessimism. Every year someone says, South Africa's economy is in trouble. And every year South Africa replies, yet here we are, still ahead of you. Despite political noise, it remains one of the most industrialized economies on the planet. And while others are falling into recession, South Africa continues to defy decline, proving that resilience beats reputation any day. The funny part? Even on a bad day, South Africa's economy still outperforms some of the West's good ones. And that, my friend, is the definition of experience, not perfection, but persistence. And now, the one they mocked, doubted, and dismissed, the one that turned all the laughter into applause. Number 1, Nigeria. Nigeria, the eternal underdog turned heavyweight champion. The world laughed at its chaos, its challenges, its potential. Well, that potential just became power. In 2025, Nigeria's economy isn't just surviving, it's sprinting. While global powers crawl under the weight of their own debts, Nigeria's youthful, fearless population is building one of the fastest growing economies on earth. They said it couldn't be done. Nigeria said, then don't watch. Now the world reads about Nigeria in their financial reports, not as a warning, but as a benchmark. Nigeria isn't just Africa's biggest economy, it's the continent's loudest reminder that growth isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. And in a world full of excuses, Nigeria just chose results. And as Nigeria closes this list, one question remains. If Africa's developing, then what exactly is the West doing? And if the world's tired of hearing about Africa's rise, too bad, because it's not a rise anymore. It's a reign.